This time, let's add a collectible power-up. So if we kill a bad guy, it'll spawn something, we collect that, and boom, it gives us a power-up. So first thing I'm going to do is create myself a new folder in here for, I don't know, power. We'll just call it power-up. And then I'm going to create myself a new blueprint class of type actor, which I'll just power up. I'll just go BP. Open that up. Now, do I have an asset? I did at one point. I grabbed loads of stuff, and now I've only got vehicles. Cool. We got a wheel. For now, I'm just going to use a wheel. So this is going to be the collectible. I'm going to put it in the middle because it's off center. I'm also going to turn off collision off this. No collision, and I'm just going to use a trigger box. Box trigger. Box collision, even. Got there in the end. Scale that bad boy up, like that. And as usual, we'll go to scroll down on the right side on component begin overlap. If it overlaps with our player ship, then we will power it up. But we don't have an option for that yet. And then we will destroy itself. Destroy actor! Maybe we'll do other things too, like play sound. But we don't have any sounds. So let's quickly hop across to the player and set that up. So I'm just going to click on my player in the level, because it's always quite nice. And on the right side, I'm going to click Edit Player. You can also click it here and select Browse to Asset or Edit Ship. So whichever works for you. It's always nice having it in your scene because then you get to do that. So inside my player, where's my shooty? Why am I not using more comments? Take health. Shooty. Here we go. So at the moment, if shooty is pressed and released, then it's spawning bullets. What we're going to do is we're going to ask the question, are you powered up? I should do multi-shot. Let's do Boolean for multi-shot. Multi-shot, which by default should be false. So if it's powered up, we won't bother doing it. We'll only do it in this case if it's not. So we just need to make a little bit of space over here. Let's grab you guys while I'll move you across too. So I'm also going to ask myself one more question. If multi-shot is false, which it is by default, then spawn is normal. However, if it's true, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this twice. I know, shocking. So if it's true, and I'm going to hold S to create a sequence, and we're going to fire both of these bad boys. However, we want a second arrow. So at the moment, the bullets that are coming out that left hand side, I'm going to duplicate you and move you over here. So we've got one coming out of this other side. And let's change the other arrow. So now we're going to spawn 2. So we'll go back to our power up and we're going to say set multi-shot. Make sure you compile and save it. If you don't compile and save it, it won't appear. Set multi-shot to true. We don't actually have sound. I'm just going to bypass that. Delete. Oh, we also need to have it moving towards the player. And I think typically what we've just been doing is on tick. We've just been adding a world offset, haven't we? Add world offset. So we'll just keep it consistent with how we've been doing everything else. Say consistent. I don't remember what numbers go in there. Let me just browse to it. We'll add one to the level. And let's see what it is. Cool. That's moving. If it moves towards the player, we get it. And now we can multi-shot. Now, is it just me, or was that freaking awesome? I'm going to just make it a little bit bigger, because it was a touch small. And now we want to randomly drop this from a baddie. So again, I'm just going to right click, and I'm going to edit my baddie one. We'll probably want to use in all of our baddies. Is this a health? Oh, class ship, take health. No, we don't want to do it if it destroys it, only if we sort of shoot it. Ah, here we go. So after the explosion, before we destroy ourselves, what we could do is we kind of want a bit of random. So if you just want a two-way random, we could just do a random bool, and that'll either randomly give that. But I don't want it to actually be that often, so I'm just going to use the switch on int, and maybe it's got like a 1 in 4 chance. So it's got a 1 in 4 chance. Be that 0. If it's 0, then we will spawn actor from class. Just move you over there. Choose the, what do we call it? Power up. Why? No, that's sorry. You into there. Where do we want to do it? Well, we'll probably do it from the ship. Get world transform. Now, at the moment, I'm leaving it at 0 for the sake of test. Cool. So you see, it spawned a thing. And now we get a multi-shot. And if we shoot one again, spawns that again. Like, it might be just me, but that's cool, man. So, let's just add a little bit of random to it. Random int in range. And quite obviously, that'll be between 1 and 3. Giving it that 25% chance of spawning. And you might want to copy this across to your other ships. So I'm just going to go to there, get my other baddie. And then again, before we destroy the actor, let's just throw it in over here. What potentially might be fun at this point is, like, I've just done a power up for a multi-shot, but what if instead we had a different power up? So, like, depending on which bad guy you killed, we had a different power up, and then that could affect other things. If we find the speed of our player, what if we actually added to that? So, you know, if we added another variable, and we could, call that like movement speed. So maybe we could make the player move faster. We could, what else could we do? Different kinds of bullets. I think we'd already sort of set up the system so that sort of shoots a different angle. Maybe we could have one so the bullets sort of go up and down. Change that. I'm not really sure. You can think of different stuff to do with that, but for the most part, I think your main things would be life, maybe a heal system, maybe so instead of powering up, we could duplicate that one, and instead of on collision setting it to multi-shot, we could just set health back to full, and yeah, there we go. So that would be super quick to do, barely an inconvenience. So all we do is go to our power up, and we're just going to duplicate it. I'm just going to call it power up health, and for the sake of it being a bit different, I'm just going to change the color of that. Sure, purple. And like I said, on this new one, instead of setting multi-shot, we're going to set health back to full, and baddie 1, instead of spawning that power-up, is now going to spawn the other power-up. So let's test. Let's let this guy hurt me. Okay, we've got less health. We'll kill you. And it did seem to spawn it. Why are they not spawning now? Oh, because it's got the odds, hasn't it? It's got the 1 in 4 chance. There we go. Ooh, we get it. Yay! It didn't destroy the player. It didn't destroy it itself. But it did it. Yay! Regardless. Woo! It didn't destroy itself. We wired it into the wrong thing. I was like, why is this not working? But it's because we gave it a 1 in 4 chance. That's why it's not working. Cool. What else could we do to this? I think a couple of particle systems, add some sound effects. Maybe a windscreen level, more types of enemies. Ooh, boss. I don't know. I don't know where to take this next. I'll think about it and probably see you in the next video.